Narayanam namaskritya Naram chaiva narottamam Devim saraswatim vyasam Tato jaya mudiraye Vediramayane chaiva Purane bharate tatha Adavante chamadhecha Hari sarvatra giyate Mukam karoti vachalam Angum langete girim Yat kripatamaham vande Shri Gurum Dinatarine Paramananda Madhavam Dharma projita kaitavotra paramo nirmatsaranam satam Vidyam vastu matra vastu shivadam Tapatrayon mulanam Shrimad Bhagavate Mahamunikrite Kimba Prairishvara Sadhyo Kritya Varudyate Trakritibi Shushrushubi Stakshanat Nigamakaupatorgalitam Palam Shukamukatamrita Dravasam Yutam Pibata Bhagavatam Rasamalayam Muraho Rasika Bhuvipavaka Anartho Pasamam Sakshat Bhakti Yoga Matoksaje Lokasya Janato Vidvam Chakre Satvata Samhitam Yasyam Vaishre Manaya Krishne Paramapurushe Bhaktirutpadite Pumsa Kshokamoha Bhayapaha Srimad Bhagavatam Puranamalam Yad Vaishnavanam Priyam Yasmin Paramaham Semekamalam Jnanam Param Giyate Tatra Jnana Viraga Bhakti Sahitam Neshkarima Vishkritam Sachrinman Supatan Vicharana Paro Bhaktiya Vimuchen Naraha Arthoyam Brahma Sutranam Bharatartha Vinirnayaha Gayatri Basharupa Sao Vedartha Paribrimhitaha Sarva Vedetihasanam Saram Saram Samudritam Sarva Vedanta Saram Hi Srimad Bhagavatam Ishyate Tatra Samrita Triptasya Nanjatra Syadati Kvachit Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya
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 Srimad Bhagavatam, first canto, chapter number 1, text number 3. Today we continue to speak about third shloka. Today we'll complete this shloka. Nigamakalpatarur galitam palam Shukamukhatamrita drabasam yutam Pibata Bhagavatam rasamalayam Muraho rasika bhuvipavaka Nigamakalpatarur galitam palam Shukamukhatamrita dravasam yutam Pibata Bhagavatam rasamalayam Muraho rasika bhuvipavaka Nigamakkalpataro galitam phalam Shukamukhatamrita dravasamyatam Pibata Bhagavatam rasamalayam Muraho rasika bhuvipavaka Nigamakalpataro galitam phalam Shukamukhatamritadravasamyutam
Pimata Bhagavatam Rasamalayam
Pibata Bhagavatam Rasamalayam
Muraho Rasika Bhuvibhavakaha
Muraho Rasika Bhuvibhavaka
Nigamakalpataro Galitam Phalam
Nigamakalpataro Galitam Phalam
Sukumukadamruta Samrujantam
Sukamukadamrita Dravasamyutam
Pibata Bhagavatam Rasamalayam
Pibata Bhagavatam Rasamalayam
Muraho Rasika Bhuvibhavaka
Muraho Rasika Bhuvibhavaka. The translation. O Nipunudu Mariu Alochana Prolara Veda Sahityala Korika Chitu Yoka Paripakwa Palamaina Srimad Bhagavatam Ashwadinchandi Idi Sri Shukadeva Goswami Pedaola Nundi Vela Udindi Anduvala I Pandu Marinta Ruchiga Marindi Aina Pattiki Dani Tene Rasam Ipatike Vimukti Pundina Atmalato Saha Andariki Ruchikaranga Undi. It's just like joking. O expert and thoughtful men, read Srimad Bhagavatam, the mature fruit of the desire tree of Vedic literatures. It emanated from the lips of Sri Shukadeva Goswami. Therefore this fruit has become even more tasteful, although its nectarian juice was already relishable for all, including liberated souls. We continue purport on English. The Supreme Personality of Godhead is therefore described in the Shruti mantras, Vedic hymns, as a fountainhead of all rasas. This is very interesting. It said, fountainhead of all rasas. No, I didn't write here like this. No. Yesterday we
only one paragraph
we made.
Second paragraph, the Vedas are compared.
The Vedas are compared to the desire tree because they contain all things knowable by man. They deal with mundane necessities as well as spiritual realization. The Vedas contain regulated principles of knowledge covering social, political, religious, economic, military, medicinal, chemical, physical, metaphysical subject matter, and all that may be necessary to keep the body and soul together. Above and beyond all these are specific directions for spiritual realization. Regulated knowledge involves a gradual raising of the living entity to the spiritual platform, and the highest spiritual realization is knowledge that the personality of Godhead is the reservoir of all spiritual tastes or rasas. We say Akila Rasamrita Murti in Sanskrit. It's a reservoir of all spiritual tastes. Every living entity, beginning from Brahma, the firstborn living being within the material world, down to the significant end, desires to relish some sort of taste derived from sense perception. And these sensual pleasures are technically called rasas. Such rasas are of different varieties. In the revealed scripture, the following 12 varieties of rasas are enumerated. First, raudram, anger, kopa, then adbhuta, wonder, ashcharya, then sringara, conjugal love, dampatya prema, then hasya, comedy, this navu, then 5, vira, chivalry, knighthood, knighthood, not correct. Virya. 6, daya, the same, mercy. 7, dasya, servitorship, seva. 8, sakya, fraternity, like sneham. 9, bhayanaka, horror, like the same. Then bibhatsa, shock, like shock. 11, shanta, neutrality, tatastha vaikhari. And 12, vatsalya, parenthood, tali dandrula sambandham. Parenthood. The sum total of all these rasas is called affection of love. Affection or love. All these rasas is called affection or love. Primarily such signs of love are manifested in adoration, service, friendship, parental affection and conjugal love. And when these five are absent, love is present and directly in anger, wonder, comedy, chivalry, fear, shock and so on. For example, when a man is in love with a woman, the rasa is called conjugal love. But when such love affairs are disturbed, there may be wonder, anger, shock or even horror. Sometimes love affairs between two persons culminate in ghastly murder scenes. Such rasas are displayed between men and men and between animal and animal. There is no possibility of an exchange of rasa between a man and an animal, or between a man and any other species of life, of living beings within the material world. The rasas are exchanged between members of the same species. But as far as the spirit souls are concerned, there are one qualitatively with the Supreme Lord. Therefore the rasas were originally exchanged between the spiritual living being and the spiritual whole. Jai Shishigornita, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The spiritual exchange of rasa is fully exhibited in spiritual existence between living beings and the Supreme Lord. The Supreme Personality of Godhead is therefore described in the Shruti mantras, Vedic hymns, as the fountainhead of all rasas. When one associates with the Supreme Lord and exchanges one's constitutional rasa with the Lord, then the living being is actually happy. These Shruti mantras indicate that every living being has its constitutional position, which is endowed with a particular type of rasas to be exchanged with the personality of Godhead. In the liberated condition only, this primary rasa is experienced in full. In the material existence, the rasa is experienced in the perverted form, which is temporary, vikrita avastha. And thus the rasas of the material world are exhibited in the material form of raudra, anger, and so on. Therefore, one who attains full knowledge of these different rasas, which are the basic principle of activities, can understand the false representations of the original rasas, which are reflected in the material world. The learned scholar seeks to relish the real rasa in the spiritual form. In the beginning he desires to become one with the Supreme. Thus, less intelligent transcendentalists cannot go beyond this conception of becoming one with the spirit whole, without knowing of the different rasas. In this shloka it is definitely stated that spiritual rasa, which is relished even in the liberated stage, can be experienced in the literature of the Srimad Bhagavatam, due to its being the ripened fruit of all Vedic knowledge. By submissively hearing this transcendental literature, one can attain the full pleasure of his heart's desire. But one must be very careful to hear the message from the right source. Srimad Bhagavatam is exactly received from the right source. It was brought by Narada Muni from the spiritual world and given to his disciple Sri Vyasadeva. The latter in turn delivered the message to his son Srila Shukadeva Goswami. Srila Shukadeva Goswami delivered the message to Maharaj Parikshit just 7 days before the king's death. Srila Shukadeva Goswami was a liberated soul from his very birth. He was liberated even in the womb of his mother, and he did not undergo any sort of spiritual training after his birth. At birth no one is qualified, neither in the mundane nor in the spiritual sense. But Srila Shukadeva Goswami, due to his being a perfectly liberated soul, didn't have to undergo an evolutionary process for spiritual realization. Yet despite his being a completely liberated person situated in the transcendental position above the three material modes, he was attracted to this transcendental rasa of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is adored by liberated souls who sing Vedic hymns. The Supreme Lord's pastimes are more attractive to liberated souls than to mundane people. He is of necessity, not impersonal, because it is only possible to carry on transcendental rasa with a person. In the Srimad Bhagavatam, the transcendental pastimes of the Lord are narrated, and the narration is systematically depicted by Srila Shukadeva Goswami. Thus, the subject matter is appealing to all classes of persons, including those who seek liberation and those who seek to become one with the Supreme Whole. In Sanskrit, the parrot is also known as a shuka. When a ripened fruit is cut by the red beaks of such birds, its sweet flavor is enhanced. The Vedic fruit, which is mature and ripe in knowledge, is spoken through the lips of Srila Shukadeva Goswami, who is compared to the parrot not for his ability to recite the Bhagavatam exactly as he heard it from his learned father, but for his ability to present the work in a manner that would appeal to all classes of men. The subject matter is so presented through the lips of Srila Shukadeva Goswami that any sincere listener that hears submissively can at once relish transcendental tastes which are distinct from the perverted tastes of the material world. The ripened fruit is not dropped all of a sudden from the highest planet of Krishnaloka. Rather, it has come down carefully through the chain of disciplic succession without change or disturbance. Foolish people who are not in the transcendental disciplic succession commit great blunders by trying to understand the highest transcendental rasa known as the rasa dance without following the footsteps of Shukadeva Goswami, who presents this fruit very carefully by stage of transcendental realization. One should be intelligent enough to know the position of Srimad Bhagavatam by considering personalities like Shukadeva Goswami, who deals with the subject so carefully. This process of disciplic succession of the Bhagavata school suggests that in the future also Srimad Bhagavatam has to be understood from a person who is factually a representative of Srila Shukadeva Goswami. A professional man who makes a business out of reciting the Bhagavatam legally is certainly not a representative of Shukadeva Goswami. Such a man's business is only to earn his livelihood. Therefore, one should refrain from hearing the lectures of such professional men. Such men usually go to the most confidential part of the literature without undergoing the gradual process of understanding this grave subject. They usually plunge into the subject matter of the rasa dance, which is misunderstood by the foolish class of men. Some of them take this to be immoral, while others try to cover it up by their own stupid interpretations. They have no desire to follow in the footsteps of Srila Shukadeva Goswami. One should conclude, therefore, that the serious student of the rasa should receive the message of Bhagavatam in the chain of disciplic succession from Srila Shukadeva Goswami, who describes the Bhagavatam from its very beginning, and not whimsically to satisfy the mundaner who has very little knowledge in transcendental science. Srimad Bhagavatam is so carefully presented that a sincere and serious person can at once enjoy the ripened fruit of Vedic knowledge simply by drinking the nectarian juice through the mouth of Shukadeva Goswami and his bona fide representative. Hare Krishna. This is these three verses, first, second and third, like today, are very important. These verses actually they manifest three tattvas. These three tattvas, the main tattvas in Vedas. Sambandha, Videya, Prayojana. The first shloka was Sambandha. Sambandha, this is Bhagavan. Teaching of Bhagavan is Sambandha. Abhideya, teaching of Bhakti. And yesterday, or not yesterday, Saturday, we were speaking about Abhideya, like pure Bhakti. Akaitava Dharma. Bhakti not condemned, Bhakti very pure, without any material desire. We were speaking about this on Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. And the third shloka is about prayojana. Prayojana is prema. So we have in our philosophy, we have Bhagavan Sanbandha, Abhideya Bhakti, Prema Prayojana. And if you meet some philosophy, if you meet some parampara, first you should examine which is Sambandha Abhideya Prayojana there. Then you can understand. Like you can take Buddhism. What is their prayojana? Shunya. What is their sambandha? Everything illusion. And then what is their abhideya? Stop sense activities. That is practice to get shunya. Then you can get every religion, every tradition. By Sambandha Abhideya Prayojana you can examine, understand what is the goal. And we will speak today about our parampara and how Bhagavatam was manifested. Here it is said about 12 rasas. Devotees serving to the Supreme Lord in different rasas. Among all the devotees, Srimati Radharani is the topmost. So among all the rasas, the topmost is Shringara rasa. Is here. Shringara rasa. Dampatya prema is in Telugu. In Telugu they are saying love prema. But actually, no, many cases it's not prema. You should understand this. But therefore in Sanskrit it is given word kama. What is definition of prema? Is given in Chaitanya Charitamrita. Krishnendriya priti vancha prema tarinama atmendriya priti icha taribalikama. They said, when we satisfy the senses of Krishna, that is prema. When we satisfy the senses, my senses of mine, that is kama. Therefore, prema means only to give love for Krishna. Satisfy his senses, give pleasure to him. Here it is said that we can reciprocate this love, we can exchange this love only in one species of life. Nowadays we see that people, they exchange their love with cats and dogs. That is because their level of consciousness like cats and dogs. Therefore they can reciprocate. But actually not possible to exchange love with cats and dogs. Because it is said sajatiya. Sajatiya is one important point. We should exchange love with someone sajatiya, sahaja, who is having the same nature as we have, jati, the same nature as we have. So guru and disciple like this, they should be on the same level. And here it is said that how to relish this spiritual rasa. Only it is possible when we accept initiation in the parampara of Shukadeva Goswami, Prabhupada said. Initiation is a process, it's not just like only a ritual. It is starting from the beginning, from accepting ashraya. When we are accepting ashraya in Srimad Bhagavatam, listening Bhagavatam, this initiation is starting. not like only when ritual is done. But actually it is not full, yes. No, we're not connected fully, completely. It needs some time, then we can become mature, we can get Diksha initiation, then we'll be completely connected. And this connection will happen because of Krishna. Guru is also a manifestation of Krishna. Because the soul needs Krishna. Krishna manifests in front of the soul as Guru. Not like we choose Guru who is more good for us, more perfect. Like maybe someone from Brahman family, I should accept Brahman Guru. Yes? But from Vaishya family, Vaishya Guru. Not like this. Krishna knows who is our Guru. And then also GBC knows in our ISKCON. But actually, only Krishna will say to you in your heart who is your Guru. Even GBC doesn't know who is your Guru. They can say only, this is Guru. Let's say Prabhupada, he arranged big movement for us. That is a good opportunity, yes, to find good association there. And we will speak about our parampara. Because it is said, actually, when sometimes it was, Srila Govinda Swami was giving class in Mayapur, and in front of Srila Prabhupada Murti, it was in Mayapur. You saw this very nice Murti, Prabhupada sitting there. And he asked everyone, what is our line? And no one could say. And even other seniors, sannyasis, maharajas, they could not say. And Subhag Maharaj was there. He said, you say, Maharaj. And Srila Guru Govinda Swami said, our line is Rupa-Raghunatha line. Actually, technically it's correct to say like this. Why is Rupa-Raghunatha line? Because Rupa Goswami, he is Abhidaya Acharya. Raghunath Das Goswami, he is Prayojana Acharya. So we have Sambandha, Abhidaya, Prayojana. Also we have three Acharyas who gave to us this knowledge. Mahaprabhu, he personally instructed them. And then they wrote books and they distributed this knowledge. So Sanatana Goswami is a Sambandha Acharya. Sanatana Goswami was giving this as Sambandha. And Rupa Goswami is Abhidaya. Why are we not saying we Sanatana line? Because Sambandha is not enough. If you have relationship, you establish the relationship, what will be the next? You serve, you will do your duty. Therefore, bhakti is more important. And Rupa Goswami is Acharya of Bhakti. We are practicing bhakti. Therefore, Rupa, we are Rupanugas. But actually, we are practicing bhakti to get what? To get prema, prayojan, Rupa-Raghunatha line, therefore. And unless we will go for Rupanuga bhajan, we can't understand what is Mahaprabhu's teaching. And we are said to chant, we are said to do bhajan. But actually, this is not Rupanuga bhajan. We're just trying, we're just starting. But Rupanuga bhajan means when one should know who is Srimati Radharani. And he is doing bhajan under the guidance of Radharani's girl companion. That means he is so pure, he understanding that my spiritual master is a girl companion of Srimati Radharani, like this. Very high level. That is real Rupanuga bhajan. And this is Rupa-Raghunatha line. This is line going from Rupa Goswami and Raghunath Das Goswami. So, and we can understand this only by listening. This line can be understood only by listening. Therefore it is said, Shrota Parampara, sometimes it is said. And some very humbly listening. I don't know nothing. Even who is speaking should think like this. I don't know nothing. I just repeating words of Acharyas. And what is coming like flow, I am saying, yes, okay. And who is listening also, I don't know nothing. I just pray to Krishna that this who is speaker, he will show mercy on me, he will give some mercy to me from Parampara. Everyone is pure. No material contamination. Then this is Rupa-Raghunatha. And among all the associates of among all of the devotees, Srimati Radharani is the topmost. And Radharani was not known before. Even Madhva Sampradaya, they have Bhagavatam. They read Bhagavatam with purpose of Madhvacharya. But in this Bhagavatam, there is no some chapters. They take it out. Some chapters about Rasa Lila, there is no there. And also about when Brahma, he kidnapped all coward boys and cows, there is no such Lila. Killing of Aghasura, there is no such Lila. Everywhere where there is no Balarama and there is no glorification of Balarama, there is no such chapters. Because their conception is that Balarama is the topmost. Awe and reverence. To Balarama only awe and reverence. They cannot understand Vishramba more. But Madhvacharya didn't do like this. He didn't maybe he didn't give comment on this chapter, but he did not ignore these chapters. But his followers did like this. So they have therefore some discussing is going on, actually. Some matters in Udupi, they not accepting our Bhagavatam, they say. This is not authorized, they say. Because there is no awe and reverence there. This when Brahma stole coward boys and cows, Balarama was absent. Balarama was his birthday. He was celebrating his birthday. So therefore they are not interested in this. When supremacy Krishna over Balarama is glorified, it's described, they are not discussing this. Balarama on the topmost. This is their conception. And actually, who can understand who is Radharani? It's not easy to understand. Once devotees in America asked Srila Jayapataka Swami, what is 3 reasons why Mahaprabhu came? And he said, this is a very intimate topic, we not speak this. Why? He said, because all listeners, they could not be ready. Because when crowd gathering, they not ready to listen, not intimate topics. And the same thing also, Maharaj, not speaking so much about these topics. His idea may be a little bit different. But in Prabhupada's books, everything is there. But Maharaj is inspiring us to follow Mahaprabhu. If you follow Mahaprabhu, then we can understand this. Preaching mood like this. But in Mahaprabhu line, we listen about also these topics. So we should know. This is tattva, we should know. That Radharani is actually embodiment of prema. She is himself. And we said prema is when We only giving pleasure to Krishna. But this we should understand. And Radharani and Krishna, they combine together the form of Mahaprabhu to distribute this prema. Well, that means preaching. That means mission, preaching mission of Mahaprabhu. That is. Not only distribute some food, books, clothes. No. This distribute prema. Then he appeared. If in our parampara no one will distribute prema, this parampara will be stopped. Even we have so much power, material power like this. No. That is very important. Therefore, even one Premi Bhakta is here in this ISKCON. This ISKCON will be developed nicely. And Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, he described this. Krishna is having Shaktis in spiritual world. And Sandhini, Sambit, Hladini, later we'll speak. Hladini Shakti means a pleasure-giving potency. And this energy is the topmost. So actually, this energy controlling all other energies. And the essence of this Hladini Shakti is prema. What is prema? To give pleasure to him. Very easy to understand. Just do seva. Always do seva. Always think how to give pleasure to him. That is prema. And when this emotion of love, how to give pleasure to him, coming to extent point, then this is Radharani's mood. Mahabhava. This is Mahabhava. Mood of Srimati Radharani. You can understand what type of servitor she is. Maid servant she is. She is having the strongest desire to give pleasure to Krishna. More than all of us. Therefore, when we offering food, bhoga, to Krishna, we should also pray, please Srimati Radharani, please make this offering perfect. Because without her, Krishna will not take. She always cooking for Krishna. Even we are offering through our Gurudev. Our Gurudev is given to Srimati Radharani. Because only Radharani can completely do it. And she has all good qualities, all gunas. Because she is the best beloved of Krishna. And she is embodiment of this love, Mahabhava. Why? Because by body, mind and senses, she is absorbed in how to give pleasure to Krishna. Therefore it is said, she is his personal energy, Nidya Shakti. And actually, no difference between Krishna and Radha. It is like the same person, but divided on two. It's said like this. Because actually, what he wants, she immediately gives. In material world, it's not possible. Even wife, so serving to husband with faithfully, but she can't understand all times what her husband wants. No servant can understand what his master wants. So, but here it is possible. And then we can see that this Radharani is only in Vrindavan, Braj, that's Gopi. Then she is making expansions. Her expansions is Mahishi, like queens in Dwaraka. This is also spiritual abode. Krishna in Dwaraka is not like in Vrindavan. Then more on reverence. But some love is there also. Because he is not four-handed there, Dwaraka. But then Vaikuntha. Her expansion of Vaikuntha is Lakshmi. Lakshmi is expansion of Radharani in Vaikuntha. And there only on reverence. No love is there, actually. And Lakshmi, she was doing so many penances, austerities, just to join in Vrindavan. No possible, not possible at all. Because she wanted to remain Lakshmi as queen. But Krishna showed mercy on her, and she became like some lion on his heart. Golden lions here. This is Lakshmi. This is and Krishna is avatari. Avatari means all avatars coming from him. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu the same avatari. Not like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu only one of avatara, like Nrisimha, Vamana, not like this. The same. Actually it's the same Krishna, but Krishna who dressed like Mahaprabhu. That is also one thing. And Radharani, she is the topmost Shakti. All Shakti is coming from her. Therefore, worship Radharani means satisfy everyone. And queens in Dwaraka, they are her reflection, like Pratibimba. And Lakshmi, the partial manifestation of Radharani. And also in Vrindavan, many gopis are there who serve Krishna, eternal gopis, eternal servitors. They were never in material world before, these gopis. All of them, expansion of body of Radharani. Like this. So you can understand. It's very high topic, I say, but you can understand how the spiritual world is, how it is. Kaya Vyuha, expansion of body of Radharani, it is called. And also there are innumerable manifestations of Radharani. In these innumerable manifestations, she always trying to enhance Krishna's pleasure. Always Krishna's pleasure will become more and more and more. So you can understand there is Asima Ananda, no limit in the spiritual world. Always become more. Not possible to understand here. Different gopis having different feelings, different senses, but actually the essence one. They are servitors of Radharani and Krishna. And Krishna also, he appeared in different forms. And Radharani appeared in different forms. This type, she is always attracting Krishna everywhere. Поэтому Govinda Nandini Radha, Govinda Mohini, Govinda Sarvasa, Sarva Kanta Shiromani. That's Kaviraj Goswami saying. In Srimad Bhagavatam there is no word Radharani. Never. Why? Therefore Madhva Sampradaya, they criticizing sometimes. Why you Gaudiya Vaishnavas worshipping Radharani? There is no Radharani there. But actually Shukadeva Goswami did not mention this, her name, because of two reasons. One reason is because Shukadeva Goswami, he was actually the personal parrot of Srimati Radharani in Vrindavan. So strong emotion he is having. Therefore, if he say Radha, he felt consciousness. He will leave his consciousness. Because out of ecstasy, so strong emotions. And in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu it is described about spiritual emotion. That is other topic. But actually he could not be quiet, could not speak, because 7 days only he should speak to Maharaj Parikshit Bhagavatam. No delay should be. No delay should be there. Therefore, he didn't say Radha. Another thing is there, didn't say because many, they can commit offense. Because this is very intimate topic. Like the heart of Bhagavan. Who can understand the heart of Bhagavan? It is very... We not show our heart to everyone. It is not the right way. Also Bhagavan doesn't show his heart to everyone. It should be protected. And therefore he didn't say. But one verse he said. 10th canto, 30 chapter, 28 verse. Anarayadhito nrina Bhagavan Hari Ishvara Anushvam Govindam Pritoyam Anayadraha. Srimati Radharani is called Anaya Radhito. Anaya Radhito, Anaya, other gopi with Aradhito, the best in seva. Radhati means to do seva. Her name is Radhika, means the best servitor, the best sevaka. Therefore she has no other name. Her name is the best sevaka, actually. Radharani, Radhika. Rani means queen. Queen of seva, Radharani. As we say, aparadha. Aparadha means which avoiding seva, like which breaking seva, offense. So Radharani, she was worshipping Govinda, and this is the meaning of this verse. And Govinda brought her to the secluded place. And is okay?
No, stopped.
Stopped? I didn't start. Okay. Very intimate topic, therefore not working. Yes, always I have experienced this. And speak about some other topic, no recorder working, no video working. Yes, Krishna arranged everything. And many times we were doing parikramas in Vrindavan. Like in some Radha Kund I was giving katha, Varshana. No recorder not working. Like this. And people, they worshipping goddess. But actually she is original goddess. Sometimes people they saying, yes, this is goddess, means Durga. But original goddess is Radharani. And Bhaktivinoda Saraswati Thakur said that Srimati Radharani, only one person who is really worship Krishna. Who really worship Krishna. Only she is worshipping. And Mahaprabhu also spoke about 5 rasas. That 5 rasas Krishna brought to us as Mahaprabhu. Like Shanta, we said about this, yes? Shanta, this is an Tatastra Vaikhari. Then next, Dasya. Dasya include Shanta also. Dasya, the next level. Seva, moon. Then Sakya, this is number 3. Sakya includes Shanta and Dasya also. Sakya, like Sneha in Telugu. Then 4th, Vatsalya, like Tali Dandrula Sambandham. This is parental love. Parental love includes Shanta, Dasya, Sakya. And then Madhurya, the topmost. Dampatya Prema, like Sringara. Sringara, that means the conjugal love. And this conjugal love includes all others. Therefore, when Acharyas speak, they speak about conjugal love. But that doesn't mean that everyone in our land will have such love to Krishna. But that means by listening this, he will develop his own mood, because conjugal love includes all others. Like a teacher, when he is teaching, he wants that his disciple will be the topmost. Therefore, in our parampara, all acharyas, they were in Madhurya Rasa. All acharyas. Conjugal love. Madhurya and Shringara are the same meaning, actually. So they were in this rasa. But also there were teachers in other rasas also. But if sometimes it happens when Acharya is not in Madhurya rasa or Shringara rasa, then he don't like to speak more about this. If you ask him, can you explain more about Radharani's mood? He will not explain. He say, it's not interesting point. Better you preach and distribute, and because he is not. I say I'm not qualified to speak so high topic. That's good because he is speaking on what he realized. But actually, everyone in Vrindavan, they know that the topmost rasa is Shringara rasa. Even they know they don't aspire to get this, because everyone has his own Gopal design. Like Chiranjana Prabhu told us, design of Gopal. Not working. First time it happened.
Side limit stories.
No place. Okay. That's I said to you. This is like this. First time it happened. So we can understand. So high topic. Just listen. No video. Will be. And Mahaprabhu gave this love, and he said in 4 rasas. Shanta rasa was neglected. He said because Shanta rasa in Kali Yuga is condemned. Neutral relationships. Because neutral become impersonal. If you do not doing seva, you become impersonalist. Like this. And yes, food. Actually food. And next what we want to speak about who can teach us how to perform rasa. Who is such a person? Actually such a person is Srila Rupa Goswami. He is Rasa Acharya. Okay. Now it's possible. Rasa Acharya. Therefore, Abhideya. One thing also I want to say. Sambandha we getting from Diksha Guru. When Diksha Guru is giving initiation to us, he established our relationship with Krishna. That means that is Sambandha, and he is giving to us bhajan, instructions how to do bhajan, like this, to chant 16 rounds, following 4 regulative principles, and he giving the mood to us. And Diksha Guru is always the main guru for us. We cannot accept many Diksha Gurus. It is offense. Only if he is not qualified and he fallen down, we can accept other guru. So we should be reinitiated, because our mantras will not work if guru fallen down. It's fallen down. But Shiksha Guru who is giving instructions, he is Abhideya Acharya. That means it can be one person. Better it should be like that. Diksha Guru gave me initiation, but I have some doubts. Every day we have some doubts. I should listen to someone who can explain me, and I can ask questions. One should clarify to me. This is Shiksha Guru. Shiksha Guru should be on the same level of Diksha Guru, such a pure soul. Otherwise he is not Shiksha Guru. He can be called a Shravana Guru, like to whom we are listening, maybe he will become Shiksha Guru in the future, maybe he will become pure. But he just repeating what he listened from others like this. He's not Shiksha Guru. Shravana Guru, we can see. This term also is there. But actually, Shiksha Guru is very high person. It's also pure devotee who developed love for Krishna, like Diksha Guru. And we can accept him also by blessing of Diksha Guru. We cannot just got initiation, go to others. Not like this. We got initiation, we belong to our Guru. Our Guru will bring us to Krishna. But with the help of Shiksha Guru, it also can be possible. Many examples is there. Yesterday we spoke about Jiva Goswami. He was Shiksha Guru for many devotees. And Shiksha Guru is teaching us how to develop these rasas. So how to become pure and develop these rasas. And Lord Chaitanya, he explained that like element of earth is having all other material elements. Panchabhuta, you remember. Earth is having water, air, akash, fire, everything included. The same Madhurya Rasa is having other rasas. Madhurya Rasa is having Shanta, Dasya, Sakya, Vatsalya, everything. But because this rasa is so sublime, so elevated, that many people, they cannot understand this. Even then, therefore, we can say, if our acharyas were in this Madhurya Rasa, many people, they couldn't understand our acharyas. Even they were following, even they were having thousands of disciples. But who could understand Acharya, very rare souls, because this is such elevated rasa. The feeling of Prabhupada, actually, who is understanding feeling of Prabhupada? Actually not anyone. So therefore we are accepting Guru, who is a very, very elevated soul. He can give us Prabhupada. Because by his mercy we can understand who is Prabhupada. Because I don't know who is Prabhupada actually. I don't know who is Krishna and Mahaprabhu. I know my Guru who is speaking to me, who is giving me this knowledge, who is clarifying my doubts. And I can say, yes, I know who is Prabhupada. His mood. Because many things Prabhupada was doing, we reading about him, many stories. But how to understand his mood, how we should accept spiritual master. That is very important thing. And actually, people, they cannot understand this Madhurya Rasa. Therefore, we are not speaking freely about this. Therefore, sometimes camera not working. Jayadev Goswami was great poet. You know Jayadev Goswami, Gita Govinda, like this. Every day we chanting Tavakara Kamala Vare Nakam. This is Jayadev Goswami wrote. Dashavatara Stotra. And Jayadev Goswami, actually, he was in this Dashavatara Stotra glorifying Lord Jagannath. Jagadisha Hare Jagannath. This means Krishna. And he wrote Gita Govinda, the song about very intimate relationship with Krishna and Radha and gopis. You should not read this. But you just know that he wrote this and he couldn't understand. When he wrote, and one verse was there, he was having doubts in this. He wrote, but he was having doubts, because by the mercy of Krishna he wrote. The verse was that Krishna asking Radharani to give the dust from her lotus feet. And he was having doubts, because Krishna is the Supreme Lord. How is this possible? Why I wrote this? Then Krishna clarified his doubt. Krishna himself came to his wife. Then, and again wrote this verse. And this line. And he understood, oh, my wife, she's so fortunate. She got darshan of Krishna, I could not. She was worshipping to his wife. because his wife, so elevated soul, she gave Krishna consciousness to him. That's such. So we can understand. And many people were criticizing Jayadev Goswami. Not like he was famous. He became famous later. That time he was criticized because he was speaking about how Krishna, the Narayana, in his childhood pastimes or young age pastimes, he was playing with girls. It is not right, not good topic. So they were criticizing him. It's not easy. If one is going deeper to this topic, many obstacles will come also. Because Maya is seeing, this person wants to develop such high mood, highly elevated mood. I will give obstacles to him. And he also should be detached from material desires. Because if you have so much material desires, so much material things, you cannot understand this topic. Very high elevated. You will think that this is like men and women having sex relationships. Therefore it is said that if you just read these books, now it is available everywhere. Gita Govinda, Gopal Champu, Ananda Vrindavan Champu, Radharasa Sudanidhi, Lalita Madhav, Vidagdha Madhav. If you read these books, your lust will develop, not prema. But in the madhas, sometimes they attract devotees. Actually, from ISKCON they like to attract, because we giving rasa. In your ISKCON, on Prabhupada gave only ABC. He didn't give you rasa. Therefore, Gaura Swami came. Krishna sent him, and he said, "My mission to explain to anyone in ISKCON. Prabhupada gave to us not only ABC. He gave everything, but we're not pure to understand this. Therefore, this mission of Gaura Swami. Without him, I think no one could understand this correctly. Because when Prabhupada left this world, you should know this, because this is our history. Prabhupada's disciples, they were getting instructions from his god brothers, but Prabhupada did not allow this in his life. They were getting instructions from some of his god brothers, but who was having envy to Prabhupada. And because of envy, they were giving different type of instructions. Sometimes they reinitiating Prabhupada's disciples. This is offense. Sometimes it happens. So we can understand, even Gaura Swami, he was giving 500 disciples. Half of his disciples, after he left, they left ISKCON and accepted other guru in Math. Because he was saying to everyone, what is your Swarupa? Immediately, your Swarupa is to be peacock in Vrindavan. You just peacock feather, put here, and go and meditate on your Swarupa. Like this. It's Sahaja. Even this Acharya he doing kirtan, not like we, Hare Krishna. He's chanting many songs about rasa, and also many musicians is here, big orchestra, and they're dancing, and nice tilak, very beautiful tilak always. Because people will be attracted, and they dancing, chanting, and like this, and so attractive. And everyone say, "Oh, see, this is Rasa Acharya came." And also sometimes tears coming in the kirtan. This is Rasa Acharya. But actually, when Bhaktivedanta Saraswati Thakur, he was feeling tears were coming, he immediately stopped class, go to his room. No one could see. Because this is Sahaja. Devotee never spread this mood. Many people, they imitating Gaura Swami. Therefore, now also many people misunderstood. Sometimes they thinking this is not ISKCON, this is Gaudiya. This Gaura Swami was Gaudiya. Actually, not like that. Even they say, actually, they're very funny, because one Bhaktivedanta Saraswati disciple, very old, sometimes was staying in Bhuvaneshwar, Babaji. And devotees started to speak that Gaura Swami was getting instructions from him about rasa. But actually it was not like that. This Babaji came to get money. He came for donations. And when he came to Goragovinda Swami, he closed the door and spoke with him about Radha Tattva. Very intimate topics. Like this. And also we know from this Good Fortune Arises, when Good Fortune Arises, this book of Madhvananda, I will try to bring here, maybe. I will try in English. But you can find also. It is explained that after Prabhupada left in 1979, Sri Guru Govinda Swami was having some very strange condition. It was one Gaudiya Math Acharya, he left his body, and all his leaders in Mayapur were invited to this kirtan because of his Tiropa. And in this kirtan, Guru Govinda Swami left on the ground, felt conscious, he fainted, was unconscious, and his one Prabhupada's disciple, Lagudi Prabhu, he brought him to the room. 3 or 4 months he was suffering. Some Prabhupada's disciples, they were thinking that he is sick, and they came and they brought Kaviraj. And doctor said he's not sick, life is there, like this. They brought one Kaviraj from Sri Sampradaya. This not only doctor but also he is very elevated devotee. He came and said, "Oh, this is Bhava. He's developing Bhava. When he will develop completely, he will leave body, or he will come back only to preach." And also many Prabhupada's disciples, they were not also having faith in it. Sometimes they were thinking that host came inside him. So they started to chant Gayatri, everyone. And everyone's Upavita was broken. That's very nice. And Lagudi Prabhu, he was speaking about this. He wrote, because they asked him to care about him. So these 3-4 months, Lagudi Prabhu, now he's in Australia. He was caring about Guru Govinda Swami. Sometimes he was coming to consciousness. He was only paying dandavas to everyone, even to insect. Sometimes he was saying, "Please bring me this devotee, I will apologize, I will ask, please excuse me." Then sometimes he was giving to him food. He was taking little, once in a month maybe. Sometimes 1 cup of water in the week. And he said, then I understood that he is not material body. And he said that once I saw that his body transformed to woman's body, like with sari. He said, and he wrote diary. He wanted to present it to devotees, but actually, like today, Radharani made this diary was stolen by someone. He was only speaking now by the words what he remembered. He said his body was changing color. So the sign of ecstasy. Sometimes becoming reddish, sometimes becoming bluish, like this. And when he came to consciousness, actually, they brought him to Bhuvaneshwar temple. He was responsible for this place. All brahmacharis, out of fear, they ran away. Because his body changed. He was sick. He became fat. His voice changed. He started, you can listen in recording. He's speaking very, very quickly. Fast speaking. And always laughing, speaking like this. And everything changed. So like other personality. That is Radha mood. So we can understand it's not easy to develop this. Actually, Krishna arranged, Krishna chose person who will speak about it. So he was having such a mission just to show that in Prabhupada's books everything is here. This is very high topic, I say today. And therefore, Japatak Swami always say, if you want to understand Radharani, follow Mahaprabhu. Only through Mahaprabhu you can understand. Gorgon Swami was telling the same thing. Because Bhaktisangara Saraswati Thakur mood was there. To not commit offense towards Radha and Krishna. Should not speak about Bhagavatam directly. About Radharani directly in Bhagavatam. Shukadeva Goswami not speak. And because actually Srimati Radharani is like the heart of Krishna. It's completely equal to Krishna. You can understand. In all aspects. From philosophical point, she was only one servitor of Krishna. And by mundane logic we cannot understand this. We can go to acharyas. Like in Western philosophy there is Aristotle, one philosopher, Greek philosopher. Bhaktisangara Saraswati Thakur told, Krishna will destroy Aristotle logic. How? When he killed demon Aristanemi. He destroyed Aristotle logic. Aristanemi was demon in the form of bull. Bull is means religion, dharma. But he was not really dharmic. He was adharmic. And when Gopi they said, oh, you killed this Arishtasura, you killed the bull, you commit offense. Bull and cow is a sacred animal. So they were joking. They said, you should become purified. Purash Krishna is very pure, but it should become purified. Prayashchita you should do. Then Krishna arranged Radha Kunda. And he took bath in Radha Kunda. And what is Radha Kunda? Manifestation of the mind of Srimati Radhika. You can understand. And then one thing also important. Because we speak today about Prayojana, I speak about this. And many devotees, they go into Radha Kunda. And to settle there, to go do bhajan. In ISKCON, many. But actually, Bhaktisangara Saraswati Thakur said, this is foolishness. Because real Radha Kunda is a manifestation of Radhika's mind. It's aprakrita, transcendental. You cannot see it. And when once Jayapataka Swami came to Radha Kunda, and some of his disciples were there, and they came to him and said, "O Guru Maharaj, your disciples are staying here. Can you give some Krishna katha for us?" He said, "My disciples? On Radha Kunda? No, this is not my disciples. I reject them." So some of them came back to Gurudev, but others not. Others stayed there, remained staying there. You can understand. This is because actually Prabhupada didn't want this. They coming to Radha Kund and they are associating with others, Babajis, Maharajas. Actually, these Babajis, many of them not qualified. Actually, Prabhupada, he qualified. You should follow Prabhupada, he is followed. But when you come to Vrindavan, you see so many gurus. Everyone want to give you Radha mantra, something like this. As I disclose your relationship. You know, Shikant, your Swarup is just to fan Radharani with Chamara. Okay, Shikant will take today Chamara and his service now. Every program Shikant will use Chamara. Why? Because his Swarup, he should be in his Swarup. No, this is Sahajya. Cheap understanding. Actually, it's offensive. So, actually, this Radha Kunda appeared from the thoughts of Radharani. Then you can understand what is this, how pure they are, these thoughts. And how we can settle in Radha Kunda? Not possible. Not possible at all. It's not possible to be physical in Radha Kunda. Even when we come to Radhakunda, Prabhupada, when disciples asked Prabhupada, can we take bath in Radhakunda? Prabhupada said, yes, you can. But he didn't take. This is very important thing. Prabhupada was taking only 3 drops of water and he's saying, I'm not qualified. So better we follow Prabhupada. Then we just go and, yes, I was taking bath. Actually, it's really giving some transcendental realization. Yes, actually. But when I learned about, know about Gorgavenda Swami, that he never took bath in Radhakunda, they understood, no, I will never take bath. Only 3 drops of water and that's all. Because we are not qualified to go inside. Many offenses we can commit. And also Radhakunda is transcendental. Many kunjas are there, many different forests. Everywhere some Leelas of Radharani is going on like this. And this is Rupa-Raghunatha line. Then it's going to Krishna Das Kaviraj Goswami, who wrote Charitamrita. He wasn't mentioned as main Goswami because he hidden his own. He said, not glorify me, I am Patishta. I am very fallen now, very sinful. Then Narottam Das Thakur, very important person, Narottam Das Thakur. Then Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, then Bhaktivinoda Thakur, then Bhaktivedanta Saraswati, then Srila Prabhupada and his sincere devotees. So if we follow Mahaprabhu's teaching, we follow this mood. Actually, Raganuga mood. When person is thinking that I'm like servant of Radharani, Manjari. And the most dear Manjari to Krishna, Rupa Manjari, Rati Manjari. Because they helping to Radharani. Manjari means little girl, more little than Radharani. And they helping everywhere. They're so humble, they don't want to personally associate with Krishna. And you're full of ecstasy. So, and this Rupa Manjari, Rati Manjari, Rupa Goswami, Raghunath Goswami, therefore. You can understand. They appeared from the spiritual world here in Mahaprabhu's Leelas. And they were topmost in spiritual world, they topmost in our parampara. And therefore we have Rupa-Raghunatha line. And this, you have in Mayapur there are Ashtasaki Gopi, 8 gopis. Like Lalita Vishaka, Chitra Champakala, Tinduleka, Ranga Devi, Sudevi. So they, Rupa Manjari, Rati Manjari, serving to this Ashtasaki Gopi. So if you want to serve Radharani, you should serve to her servants of her servants, like this. This is mood of spiritual world. And then we can understand. We should understand the mood of Rupa Goswami and Raghunath Goswami. Then we can understand what is the mood of Radharani. And this mood is preaching or distributing Krishna consciousness. When Prabhupada came on the West, he wrote this song. He said, Epunya koribe jave, Radharani kusi gabe, Dhruva ati bole, like he said, without satisfying Srimati Radharani, we cannot satisfy Krishna. Oh brothers, he said, oh brothers, I say to you, because his brothers didn't want to follow his Gurudev. Actually, Bhaktivinoda Saraswati Thakur, he said, no one is my disciple when he was living boy. Because his instruction to his disciple was to distribute outside India Krishna consciousness. No one could do it. And they only divided his property. They destroyed Gaudiya Math, divided on different mathas, and were arguing with each other all their life, competing. And what Prabhupada has done, without any support of his god brothers, only one, 70 years old, 40 rupees, that means nothing, no money is here. Very weak health, not good health, very weak health. 2 heart attacks on the road to through to Pacific Ocean. And he wrote this. Without satisfying Radharani, you cannot satisfy Krishna. Therefore I go to preach. Because Radharani, she wants your mood is to engage many in service to Krishna. Because Krishna will be more happy. This is mood of Radharani. So then I concluded. Sorry, it's so long class today. And actually, only Sakajiyas, they want to enter into Rasa Leela, just to know from Guru that Guru should say, your body, in spiritual body like this, you such a manjari or gop, covered boy like this. This is your dress, your complexion, your seva, your name, your kunja where you're serving, how you're serving to Radha and Krishna, more details. But actually, only Sakhaji is doing like this. But real devotees, externally, they following rules and regulations, never break. And they following like ordinary Vaishnavas. But inside, they feeling themselves as the servants of Shri Rupa Manjari. And this Shri Rupa Manjari, Rupa means beautiful form, Rupa. And actually it's manifestation of the beauty of Srimati Radharani. We see, look on Radha, but we cannot understand this beautiful form. We can think also that this ordinary woman, maybe. Therefore, we should get mercy over Rupa, because her beauty we can see from Rupa Goswami and his followers. And when very fortunate soul is following the line of Rupa and Raghunatha, is becoming the servant of Rupa Manjari. And what happened there? Rupa Manjari is bringing this new Manjari to Lalita Sakhi, this servitor of Radharani. Then this Lalita Sakhi is giving personal service to Sri Radha and Krishna. This is our process. But that will happen only when heart will be completely pure. And well, it will happen when we will not wait this moment. We will not ask, when I will know my Swarupa, No. Devotee who is pure, he will think like this. I am not qualified to know my Swarupa. I am not qualified to think about such topics. Because so many anarthas in my heart. I only can serve, maybe I will born again as worm in the stool maybe, but in the house of devotee, that's best. I need such association, need such mercy of such pure devotee. Therefore, if I born as insect, let better born in the house of pure devotee. Then Krishna, as a gift, he is giving this knowledge about his Swarup, this devotee, only that like this. Not like I read in the book and I knew my Swarup, and then even you know your Swarup. This is a law, you cannot disclose to others, only to your Guru. Only to Guru to ask, is it correct or not? And Guru should confirm or not. Because because if you speak outwardly to someone, like some devotees, they say, in the dream, Radharani came and I know my Swarup, and he said, you see, this is very dangerous because pratishta desire. Pratishta desire, when this is coming, I am such and such great Vaishnava. This is thought is coming, Krishna will never come to us. Never appear in our tongue, in our heart. You can understand. So, to get Krishna is not easy thing. You need to be qualified. We need to be very pure. This is very high thing, very high topic. This is our process. Then Lalita Sakhi engaged in individual service to Radha and Krishna. And following dear devotee of Mahaprabhu, Gaura Priyajana, who is the same time Radha Priya Sakhi, dear consort of Srimati Radharani. So then we can come to Sri Rupa-Manjari. Then Lalita Sakya will engage with Seva and Radha and Krishna. This is the perfect. So only by the mercy of Srimati Radharani, and we can get this mercy from real Guru, Sadguru. This is very briefly. I explained you one article of Bhaktivedanta Saraswati actually. He wrote this article, and I just got it from this. But yes, I said to you this very intimate topic, and not speak every day this. But today we spoke because this is, you should understand what is Nigama Kalpataror Galitam Phala. What is the fruit from the Vedic tree? This is prema, love of Krishna. And if you engage in such a service, you never leave, because this is desire of soul. Okay, as I said, design of Gopal, design of soul.
Satyabhama and Radharani, both names are same.
Satyabhama is expansion of Radharani in Dwaraka, is queen. There is some sweetness is there, but more awe and reverence. Dwaraka is between Vaikuntha and Vrindavan. This is also some rooms are there in the spiritual world. Some room of Radharani, room of Vrindavan, room of Dwaraka, Mathura also. Mathura and Dwaraka little bit different also. And then Vaikuntha. Many innumerable Vaikuntha's planets are there. In the Rama, Nrisimha, Vamana, Varaha. Yes, many. Even Shiva is having. Shivaloka is the first planet. When we come in from material world to spiritual world, Shivaloka will be the first loka in the spiritual world. This Shiva means Shivas, two Shivas. One Shiva is in material world, one Shiva is original Shiva in Sada Shiva in spiritual world. So many things are there. Hare Krishna. Jai Granthara Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Shri Rupa Goswami Pada ki jai. Nitai Gaur Premanande Hari Bol. You have some questions or no?
Prabhu, you said that for the Lakshmi, there is a mark on Krishna.
Yes. And also Srivatsa. There's some hairs on his chest.
Okay. Where we can see any date on the where we can see the deity?
Daily.
Deities. Krishna.
Sometimes it is there on deities. Sometimes not so important. Sometimes they're making deities like this. But it's only under the clothes how you can see.
Okay.
I seen in most of the ancient Vaishnava temple. This is general question. Some what do you call in architecture, like symbolic symbols of Mohini symbols.
Which symbols? Mohini Murti.
Like women's, like.
Yes.
And also Vaishnava temples are old ancient temples.
Yes.
What is how can you understand?
Mohini Murti is a special form of Vishnu when he became beautiful woman. But this is not like Radharani, not like Lakshmi. He came to attract Kama. Yes, because when they were churning milk ocean, demigods and devatas and asuras, so when nectar came, immortal nectar came from this ocean, demons, they wanted to take this. So then Mohini Murti came. She enchanted, attracted all the demons and cheated them. Because demons, they worship women, beautiful women. And when when beautiful women is coming, they say, "Oh, you decide who will get this nectar," because they cannot control themselves. Even Brahma was attracted. Shivaji was attracted by Mohini Murti. Like this, so beautiful. Vishnu himself became the beautiful women. But actually, when you go to Jagannath Puri temple, on the wall of Jagannath Puri temple you can see many some sexual scenes. One cannot understand why it is. So many Kama Sutra is there. Men and women like this. For whom is there? For Indra. Indra is demigod, is devotee of Krishna, but he is having many desires. And because Jagannath's abode is very sacred abode, maybe Indra cannot understand sometimes. And Indra can give some obstacles in worship. Therefore, they make these walls so Indra will be attracted to not give obstacles. Like this. Yes, it is. But some people, also this for Asuras. Asuras, they're not coming inside, they only see externals. Okay? Hare Krishna. You also wanted to ask? Oh, no.
I wanted.
Yes.
So, in terms of, in terms of you explained about Rupa-Raghunatha bhajan.
Rupa-Raghunatha bhajan, what is it?
What about understanding Radha Tattva and doing bhajan with that? So, the only question is, in the life of sadhaka, from my understanding, this comes at stage of nishtha, or like nishtha would be at the stage in which the heart is.
Nishtha will be?
Nishtha, is it the stage of nishtha that actually one can really do this bhajan before?
On which level? Yes. Actually, it's a big topic. But one can practice this only when his heart is pure, very pure. And but bhajan starting before. We can start bhajan after accepting spiritual master, and our bhajan starts. But this bhajan is not fixed bhajan; it's anishtita bhajan. Some anarthas are there. We cannot be fixed always on Krishna's pleasure. Sometimes we're thinking about our own pleasure. Therefore, it needs time, gradually, to be developed. Therefore, by listening and following, we should do it. It needs utsaha nishchay daryat, the enthusiasm, tolerance, and determination. Not quickly. But if we are sincere, sadhu also, if we associate with sadhu, he can cast merciful glance on us. He can give some mercy. We have no such sukriti to do this bhajan. He can give, and we can more quickly be purified. If Krishna wants and sadhu give mercy. Then he is followers of Rupa Goswami. Then it is called Rupa-Raghunatha bhajan actually. But one thing is anuga, it's one word we should explain it other time, because Acharya said it's anugatya, guru anugatya. It is should be mood of submissive following. Okay, anugatya you cannot explain in English, very difficult. Anugatya means like I belong to my Gurudev, I do everything what my Gurudev likes, and I develop love for him, attachment, not only fear and like this. I fear my Gurudev, I'm shivering. What Gurudev will look at me, he see my mistakes. No. We should develop love and try to understand what is desire. And therefore it is said we should have some time to associate directly with Guru, listen from him directly, and to imbibe his mood. Imbibe his mood, not easy thing. Because many obstacles is here on this way. Even Acharya is having many disciples, but who really imbibe his mood, very rare. Because many, they need external things. And that is like, it is said also, Bhaktivinoda Thakur said, kripa, mercy can be different, two-way types. Kapata kripa and nishkapata kripa. Kapata kripa, kapata kripa means they want mercy, external mercy, kapata. Like some flowers, some food, some position, sannyasa also. Prabhupada was giving sannyasa to, because he said, I actually didn't give sannyasa to anyone. He said, once he said, because it was only kapata kripa, only external, like position, became guru. That also can be kapata kripa. Even to get thousands of disciples also can be kapata kripa. Because if you have no prema but you have thousands of disciples, yes, you cannot preach them in the, like Rupa-Raghunatha's teaching. You will preach something, other things. Because you cannot give them prema. And but nishkapata kripa, what we need? They need this desire to give pleasure to Krishna. What is? This is real prasad from Guru. And to develop this desire, it should be very sincere, very simple. And then we can imbibe this more. How to give pleasure to Krishna always. Then it's possible. Rupa-Raghunatha bhajan actually means 24 hours. But even you sleep. Even when you sleep, you not commit any sinful activities. Because your desire only very, very pure. That no matter you renounce or you grihastha, you may be grihastha, but you don't seeing your wife as enjoyable object. And you don't think that sex is for your pleasure. No, only you want to beget a child, pure devotee's child, like this. Only you following, and externally you only following rules and regulations, dharma. But inside you're developing this love. That is mudra. Who can do it is very, very fortunate. Okay? Actually, it's a big topic because many things is here. If you want, we'll speak later. Hare Krishna. Nanda Kuti Vaishnava